Hello everybody, I am Jake the Snake, and this is Motormouth. Today we're going to talk to you about our short-term solutions care package and how we believe we can help those affected by lead poisoning in Vanderburgh County. So, according to the CDC, 1 in 38 children are affected by lead poisoning. And this means 1 in 38 children are dealing with developmental delays, nerve damage, lung damage, and overall quality of life issues. And imagine being a parent or a child figuring out you have lead poisoning in your home. You have lead-based paints, and you're being affected by this. So immediately, you're going to try to figure out what you can do. And the most obvious thing that comes up is renovations. Now, we all know kind of basically what a renovation is. We know that they're extremely expensive, and they take a very long time. So in place of this, we've come up with some short-term solutions.
So as he mentioned, we were able to come up with some low-cost and short-term solutions, and those include using a variety of cleaning products, both lead-specific and non-lead-specific, also washing hands and toys often, and using a lead-blocking paint. So the idea we came up with for this issue is to create a care package that would be given to homes in the Vanderburgh County area with lead-based paint in their homes, especially those with children. And these care packages would contain a variety of different products that would help the homeowners or tenants slow down the effects of the lead-based paint and lead poisoning and buy them some time until they're able to come up with their next steps. So the first item we would have is Lead Defender paint, primer, sealant, and treatment. So these cost about $50 per gallon, and we'd want to have 2 of those. So this product, it will help seal lead-based paint and lead-contaminated dust, or also known as LCD. And we would want 2 of these. One of them would be to seal the kids' room and also the kids' playroom or living room. Basically, we just want to seal the places where the kids spend the most time. The next item we would have in there are furnace filters, and these would also help trap some of those airborne lead particles, and these cost about $10 to $15 per filter. And the biggest part of our care package would be cleaning products, because this is where the homeowner can ultimately make the biggest difference in their home. So we have a variety of just some basic cleaning products, and those include like Lysol wipes, disinfectant sprays, gloves, mops, and then 3 buckets. And the purpose of the 3 buckets would be that 1 bucket would contain the cleaner, 1 would be for wringing out the dirty mop, and then 1 would be for clean rinsing water. So you're not just pushing around the particles, you are thoroughly cleaning your floors. So altogether, these basic cleaning products would cost about $30. And then from there, we'd want to have some more lead-specific cleaners, because according to the Environmental Protection Agency, the best way to make your home lead-safe is to perform specialized cleaning activities daily using lead-specific detergents. And with that being said, the first of those lead-specific detergents would be Leadissolve, which is a scientifically formulated lead-specific detergent, and it's used to help control those LCD hazards. And one of these, for a gallon of this, it would cost about $75. And we'd also have Hydronol products. We'd have Hydronol wipes as well as Hydronol let-off spray. The wipes would cost about $11 per canister, and then the spray would be $18 per bottle. And these are EPA approved, and they don't use a lot of harsh chemicals, so they can be used on floors, windowsills, your kids' toys. You can also be used on skin, mainly just anywhere where you may suspect that there is some heavy metal dust settling. And so altogether, all of our care package would cost about $250 per care package.
So we have our contents of our care package. Now we need to figure out how many people or how many care packages that we're really going to need. So in doing our research, and this was based on the Vanderburgh County's, the handout that they gave us and some information on our website, we came up with approximately 50 care packages are going to be needed. And this is year over year. And we came to 50 because that was looking at all the known lead poisoning cases each year. 2016, I believe there were 42 that were known. The year before that, there were only 26. So we are seeing a rise. So we thought 50 was a very good number to start with. And 50 care packages would equate to approximately $12,500 in total. And this comes from, like Motormouth said earlier, $100 in, there would be 2 gallons of the Lead Defender paint at $50 a piece, and then $150 in cleaning material. So our funding, we would like to focus mainly on grants, and we found a really good specific one from the EPA, and that's the Environmental Justice Small Grants Program. And they actually, as recently as December of 2017, picked the Near North Neighborhood Group in South Bend, Indiana, and gave them $30,000 to affect the most lead-affected area of South Bend to help take care of that problem. And then also, we would like to discuss more in depth with the Vanderburgh County Health Department we do know they do give some sorts of short-term help and solutions, so maybe redirecting some of those to work in and coincide with our care package. So all those things being said, we have a value proposition, and that is for families that are facing the effects of lead poisoning, our low-cost and short-term care package will provide a simple and effective alternative to high-cost renovations.
So in conclusion, we believe that our short-term and low-cost care package goes hand-in-hand with the Vanderbilt County Health Department's goal, which is to work in partnership with communities to help promote and preserve health and prevent disease.